The next is Te Oroho Otautahi, John O'Campbell. I've got a separate one from Simon Britton. Are you doing them separately or together?
Yeah, we'll do them separately. Simon's not here. We've got someone far more attractive in his place. So.
Excellent. Okay.
So young people to talk to you. So, yeah.
So they'll follow on, will they?
Yeah, straight after.
Okay. Do you want to all come up to the table at the same time and have questions together, or?
Yeah, well, I'll go and then they can go and maybe questions afterwards.
Okay, cool. Excellent. Just, time's yours.
Oh, kia ora koutou, ngā mihi nui nui kai kau nā hira, e nā rangatira, e te rangatira. Ko waiau, ko John O'Campbell. I'm John O'Campbell, I'm General Manager of Toraho Otautahi. So we're a youth development organisation that operates in a community development framework across the city. And I've got Waterman Richards, our youth work team leader here. So I just want to, and so we're basically a group of people just committed to supporting our young people go on that lovely journey from adolescence into adulthood while creating not only as much least carnage on the way, but doing as much, making the most of every opportunity. Just before I do start, I just want to acknowledge too, just you guys here as collectively and individually your own whakapapa, and just the commitment that you continue to make within local community, within whānau, and just to the how much we value the sport too through our local community board members, and I appreciate obviously seeing you guys here. And also too, we're not here to tell you how to do your job, but rather what we'd like you to do with your jobs, particularly around strengthening communities funding or community funding. So I'm going to start off just, again, I don't have a lot of facts and figures, I'm not the best details man. Woody, is that you?
That's not me.
No, not you, right. So we won't have details, we don't have PowerPoints, but Vicky Campbell, I don't know if any of you guys know Vicky Campbell, she's a beautiful, intelligent person committed to our community. In the last 6 months, through her business, she's invested approximately 35k back in the community through providing community-based fitness programs, direct investment through her business. And I'm not here to promote her business, F45 Papanui Life Team Training, Life Changing, but you're all welcome to come along. But I actually wanted to return to that, talk about the return on investment that came. So she is doing that now. She started in Toraho as a young person, and again, I'm not wanting to talk about Toraho, but rather she was able to participate in Toraho and through the opportunities that she got through, again, community funding. She started, like myself and like Woody, we started as young people in Toraho in one of our weekly after-school programs. Vic went on to work in Te Kaupapa Whakoora, another ACT program which has been funded, supported through council. She went on then to become a youth worker in the Toraho. Prior to starting up a business, which she runs as a social enterprise, she spent a lot of time basically running fitness programs within our local community. With her in that business is a young person called Cody Warbrick, who started in Te Kaupapa Whakoora, again, school for young people, kicked out of mainstream education, set up in partnership with City Council and Papanui High School back in 1996. Another person supporting that business is Richie Phillips, again, a volunteer. Here, next to me, I've got Wiramu, who oversees a team of 5 youth leaders, some of our young people who are here today, delivering a whole range of activities across a whole lot of schools. Again, what he started as Young Person Club. That funding, again, I guess originally started back, I don't know if it was called Strengthening Communities funding back then, I'm not sure what it was, but it's not a bad return on investment. Our first ever grant from the Papanui Shirley Community Board was one of $800. Given we just asked lotteries for about $90,000 and got about 3, it was fantastic because we had no idea what we're doing. We were young students and we basically sat down before the community board and said, hey, this is what we're doing. And they said, would you like some money? And we said, great. And then we said, what do we do with it? And they said, spend it, even better, and keep the receipts. And we did. Outside of philanthropic funding, so now we have an organisation with approximately 30 plus full-time staff, volunteers, working with, well, last year we had over 2,500 referrals. We're putting back $2.6 million into the city, I guess, through our funding. Of that, I guess what I'd like to make, and what's the key point, is that of all that funding, possibly the only amount of which we get, which our community gets decided how to spend, is our Strengthening Communities funding. nearly every other piece of funding is decided by policy makers who sit outside of our community. I guess thousands of hours across the city, many collaborative projects, meeting the needs of many. This is where the money goes, you know. And I guess one way I've been talking about, the analogy is a bit like the kakapo. Very rare, very valuable, and protecting it is probably, again, a fantastic investment. Personally, I kind of think it's probably one of the best bang for buck bits funding that we sort of get outside of whānau order. So again, if people and investing in people leadership's not your thing, numbers are, then maybe 120 pro young people weekly a week, investing in approximately 8 after school programs, this is just the after school ones, taking around about 5 hours of planning and running a day, over 40 plus weeks a year, probably costs about $1 per person a day, which is again not a bad return on investment. You can check your maths on that. I was going to work it out on my calculator, but hopefully you guys haven't, you might find it wrong. But again, not a bad return of investment. You think sitting around that comes home visitation, engagement, out of that grows activities, grows events. And behind some of these guys will hopefully give you the opportunity to talk about some of those opportunities that come. There's whānau evenings, there's this, there's that. But the key thing is it has to start somewhere. I guess over the last 7 years, we've been road coned, rebuilt, rezoned, engaged, re-engaged, disengaged. Working with our young people now requires first aid, code of ethics, Vulnerable Children's Act, health and safety, compliance, increased risk management. We've seen an increase in cost of petrol, insurance, rates, running things. Our community is incredibly complex, far more complex than it was 10 years ago and even 5 years ago. Our young people are more complex. They face far more complex issues. And I'm not trying to make a sort of a simple linear equation to like, just compare people versus say, our roads, rates and rubbish. And it's not one versus the other. But what I guess I'm trying to say is that you have to invest in built infrastructure, you also have to invest in people infrastructure. And our people infrastructure has been severely underinvested in over the last few years, or over a number of years. And after a while, if it's not invested in, it will break down. So, I guess on top of this, sort of we have this, we talk about what does our community need. And again, this is probably where things can possibly simplify it a little bit. Number one need is we still need connection, and we still need relationship. And it takes people to do that. If we were to ask some of our attendance workers who work across every school in Christchurch around what the number one issue that they see facing young people is stopping them from engaging school, it will come up in terms of mental health, anxiety, stress, but all negative factors. Ask them what they need. These young people need, or the antidote is connection, relationship, fun. Ooh, put a dollar figure on that. Joy. Try and measure that. I guess these things happen through creating opportunities for relationship. And I guess for us, that's the value of the investment through community funding, so council funding into community. Again, so what do you think's your contribution, mate? Sorry, get it. Again, we'll just, we'll let these guys speak next and you guys can then ask questions after, is that right? Fantastic.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Stay there, but bring the others down, because I think we haven't finished with you yet.
We'll just stand behind it.
Make it 12 because you're still, yeah. Kia ora and welcome.
Hello. Okay, cool. Kia ora everyone. Thank you for having us in today. So my name is Tatiana Moana. I'm one of the youth workers from Te Otautahi. I've been working here for about 5 years now, and I've absolutely loved it. I am the club's coordinator, so I coordinate the youth group that we do every Monday night and various other programs we do in and out of Te Otahi and in the local schools, Casebrook and Papanui. Okay, so yeah, the young people that I am about to invite to speak, they haven't ever spoken in this kind of setting before. So yeah, they've just been kind of heartbeats racing and things. But yeah, I just wanted to acknowledge them for coming in today and sharing a little bit of how they've been able to contribute into the community. And yeah, so thank you very much.
Kia ora, my name is Arcade. I go to Papanui High School and I am proud of that. I started Te Otaho at the age of 13. I started last year. My first program that I started was Te Pihi. In Te Pihi, I've gained more confidence and experiences in my life. Within 1 year, I've had opportunities to join holiday programs and represent Te Otaho by doing speeches like this one now. I've been selected to join clubs, which is for our high school group, and our coordinators is Tatiana, and for me it's Nikki. I'm currently working on a project called Polyphony. Polyphony is where young people like me get to make our dreams come true. My dream is to become a police officer. As you can see, I'm not on that yet. My one will be put on the Papanui Library coming up on the 21st of May, which is in about a week from now. So you're all invited to come. Don't worry, we'll be there serving you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kia ora koutou, I'm Alex. I go to Papanui High School and I've been a part of Te Otaho for 2 years. I have also been a part of Polyphony, as you can see in the photo. Rosie and I were under Polyphony last year. We've also done clubs Monday nights, whakapakari, a young leadership team, and manuahine. We're also able to get the opportunity to be a part of tautoko, and yeah, Te Otaho has given us the opportunity to go travel across New Zealand to many places, Wanganui, Turangi, and also a part of whakapakari. We do fundraising. It also helps us to get in amongst the community, and one of our tasks for whakapakari was to use our skills and talents to get in amongst the community and fundraise for our trip to Turangi. And yeah, Te Otaho has given me great leadership skills in manuahine. Year 9 it's for a program for young people to build their confidence, build their self-esteem, and give them leadership. Thank you.
Oh, good.
Hi, I'm Rosie and I go to Papanui High School. I've been a part of Te Otaho for about 3.5 years now. Through Te Otaho I've been involved in clubs, the Monday night program, Polyphony, tautoko, the whakapakari leadership group, and manuahine. Through Te Otaho I've been able to travel to places that I have never been to before, like Whangarei, Wanganui, Turangi, and up to the Able Tasman as well. Doing the leadership program with Te Otaho, I've grown as a person and my leadership skills have grown as well, and that's really helped me with my sports and stuff. And yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, so it's really important. I'll tell you, I'm Sarah. My role used to be the good-looking guy in the organisation service. And I role model that's what I do. But anyway, we're really investing in our young people, so we try to create spaces for them to have voice. And so we've had some huge projects that we've been working towards in the last 3-4 years, especially in community. And you find that they're able to contribute their voice through the medium of art and find that on the flow. I think the biggest goal is for us to start branching out more. And so it's not just the young people in Papanui, but the young people in Otautahi. And so that's the ultimate goal. We've even done that with the young people in the area of alternative education. And so we know that social media has a lot to answer for in regards to young people. But now we want to flip that script and be able to use that vehicle to create positive messages for young people. as mentioned, you're more than welcome to hear the message, see your voice, Monday beginning of youth week, whether it's Califia at Papua Library or the AER submission that is held at the Elam Church, 21st and 25th, here on that street where Elam Church is. And Kisha. It's an opportunity for people to share this. I think the theme is who I want to be and where I want to go. It's important that people, actually, if I can just have an example, Pauline, can you just get off your chair, please? Yes, please. Just real quick. Can you just
Oh.
Yes. See, a lot of our young people don't know that this space exists.
Yeah.
Hey, and people also, so you look good there. Hey,
You do. You do. But I want to ask Pauline, Pauline some questions.
Yeah, we need quite a few more bucks actually.
Yeah. Would you like, what's the young woman in the middle? What's your name?
Alex.
Okay. Come forward. You can take this one.
We need to take that.
This is the chief executive.
Nice to meet you. So you can ask them some questions.
You're now the mayor. You'll see that I've been looking up Te Orohu.
Questions for you.
So,
How much money are you going to get?
It's allowing an opportunity for exposure for our young people to know that this space exists,
yeah,
that they can aim for this space,
yeah,
and they can be a part of the space, and you're never too old or too young to be a part of the space.
yeah.
And so that's the biggest desire that we have as an organisation, as a family, to connect with the likes of you, to be able to communicate and contribute to a community that people say it's working, but it's fine.
Yeah.
That's what
Well, that's why I wanted to give the experience. Do you like the view from up here?
I love it.
This could be the beginning of your journey. I know that you want to be a police officer, but there's no reason why a police officer can't be a councillor.
So did I.
Or a mayor.
I was going to be a policewoman.
See there?
You guys are not refused to sit in these fancy chairs,
Yeah.
Okay, you can have a chair.
All right. Well, thank you for coming up. Thank you. All right. Shall we open up for questions? Yanni, Mike.
Thank you for your submission, and you've talked a lot about the importance of community funding. The second submission lists a lot of things in terms of our funding priorities as a city, and you haven't really touched on those at all. So I just wondered if you wanted to kind of touch on, as young people, what are the important things that you see that we should be funding or doing in our city? Yeah, I just would welcome your feedback on that. Thank you. And thank you for coming in today too.
More things for young people to do.
I might have to think about it, sorry.
No, that's okay.
Information in the submission that's attached as well. And some quite interesting things about things like cycleways being separated from the road and people being scared to bike down the road, cheaper bus fares, all those sorts of things.
Yeah, some of the things that we don't get to influence at the moment, but we certainly have an aspiration to. Mike and then Anne.
Thank you. Actually, mine was very similar, so I might get the same answer. In terms of Papanui, over the next 10 years, there's no community capital projects actually programmed. Is there anything missing in Papanui for the youth?
What's missing? What's missing in Papanui? I grew up in Papanui, so it's my hood. Eh? Yeah, that's right.
Then interview some students there at the alternative education there, and
Yep.
Majority of you have mentioned that there needs to be a central space where people can congregate and safe. A space like either a little recreation centre or a skate park where things that are basic that are handy, whether it's toilets, water, free Wi-Fi.
Just the Wi-Fi.
Yes, absolutely. Definitely like Washington Park there. It's kid friendly, family friendly, and it's public and a lot of place.
Apologies, because the guys didn't get a chance to read the submission just before they came to Simon, who worked with all these guys. They've seen individual parts of the submission that we put in as opposed to they didn't get a chance to look at the whole.
Yep.
Just to reiterate what Sala said, the key things that came through is they want to belong, so places that create belonging. And again, well, it's great having spaces for young people. If it's just young people and in isolation, that's not actually something that's healthy or necessary, what our guys always want. So they want to belong to a community that actually feel it, and that includes stuff around built space, visual art projects, things that they can look at and go, how I'm part of that, I have ownership. And so those are some of the other conversations that came out really clearly.
So, but it's safe and youth friendly. Yeah. Anne.
Kia ora, thank you very much for all coming in, and I know it's a bit daunting. So my question is actually about this environment. I'd love your ideas about how, you know, we could make it a bit friendlier and easier for young people to come in, because I remember once talking to a young person that came in and to speak, and I said, how did that feel? And they said, oh, I felt like I was being condemned for murder. I don't think we want you to feel... You're not. No. But I don't think we want you to feel like that. We'd love you to feel comfortable here. So if you have a think about it and get back to us about some ideas about how we could make this space a little bit more friendly, would be great. The other thing is we do have a youth council. You know, we do have lots of vehicles through which we could hear your voice and you could get involved in this decision making. So it would be great to see you doing that actually, because we really value your voice. Yeah. So thank you for coming.
Look, thank you very much, and I'd like to reiterate that. I think it would be useful if you did give some thought to, you know, making this a more connected experience. We're very keen to hear from young people, and we would like to link you up with the Youth Council. So I think, Anne, you could make that connection for them. That would be great. Thank you very much.